of us can interpret it. But I would agree with you 100%. I'm sitting up and looking at the Old Foreman's Almanac for this year that I got not too long ago, and I deal with that. And in regards to, they deal with it. It's our science. They use it against us.
Pretty much.
We don't understand it, and
you
all around us.
Do you do a lot of farming?
They use astrology, they use the Kabbalah and all your stuff against you and tell you to keep your nose in that Bible. Just keep praying on Jesus and waiting on him to come save you.
Yeah.
Brother, do you garden or do farming?
Huh?
I said, do you do gardening and farming? Because I noticed you mentioned the almanac.
With thoughts.
Okay. I hear you on that.
Yeah. With thoughts. Okay, my sister. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ak. Thank you for the call, sweetie.
Thank you.
All right, peace. Have a good night.
Good night. Ashe.
Caller 410-664. Welcome to Silver Alert. Please state your name and where you're calling from.
Let me see. What can I say? Hey, Sister Yaffa. This is Sister
Hi,
Lady.
sweetie.
How you doing? Now, since you don't like peace, what would you suggest that we use since you don't like peace?
Ashe, Mod, Hotep.
Okay, I've heard of Ashe. Okay. Let me ask you
I'm not
something.
feeling peace.
Okay. I want to say hi, Sister Santasia. I'm enjoying the show, and I love passion.
Greetings.
I love passion. I love fire. I'm a sister with a lot of fire, so I'm sitting up there listening. I can understand both of y'all point of view because, everybody reality is different. What is so for you may not be so for her, so I understand. As long as y'all can come together and get y'all point across, everything is well. Look, there is a brother named Nanya. I sent it to you, Santasha.
Yeah, I know Nanya Shabu. What's up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this brother is sovereign, from my understanding. He went on and did the daggone thing, and he said we need to trace back to our name, our autonomous name, our autonomous people that we're connected to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember a while ago, Sister Yaffa, it was on a show that I caught the tail end of when you said you were not Moorish, because Moorish meant male.
No, ish. ISH means male, and ISH means similar to, kind of like, something like. I'm not male, and I'm not kind of like something like. The term Moor means any dark complexion person. I am a dark complexion person. I'm not kind of dark complexion, sort of dark complexion. I am dark complexion, and I'm not male. So I'm not. Nobody's going to shove the ish down my throat unless they show me documentation and proof, written evidence that is how Noble Dryly officially registered us on paper.
Okay, I agree with you because the brother, he doesn't call himself Moorish neither because he was saying something. I couldn't really get everything he said, but he considered himself a Moor, Yamasee Moor.
I'm cool with that. I prefer Moor. I prefer Moor, but not for the same reasons that other people use it. I try to remind people that the term Moor, in modern day dictionaries, it means any dark complexion person, and when the English, not Europeans, but the English in particular, when they arrived here, that is what they began to call us. That's how they wrote us up, and that's how they documented us. They started writing us up and documenting us as Moors when they got here. But the Portuguese called the males Indio and the females India. The Spanish called our people Negros or Negros. So, I prefer being American. Real talk.
Mhm. So which
means the copper complexion, the copper-colored people that the Europeans found here. I am copper-colored, and I know they found my ancestors here.
Right, me too, because I'm copper-colored too. So basically, like the brother was saying, we need to go to the indigenous names that were here first. With the people. He said we need to go to our grandmothers or great-grandmothers and, get our ancestry line and go with that.
That would be great.
And he said then you go and do, he said, what is it? What is it called? House Joint Resolution 194. He said that's what they use because in there, those Albions have admitted to a lot of the things that they did to us. In that, and he said that's what he used.
Excellent.
And he said he is recognized. He said he is definitely recognized. And he said he's been trying to get the Moors to get in.
They ain't trying to hear it.
He said he's been trying to get the Moors to come and get in there because he said there's no reason why this information is out there and the Moors are where they at.
No, baby.
No, when he says,
they don't want to hear it.
No, when he said, you said trying to get them in there, trying to get them to, trace the genealogy, or are you talking about?
Yeah, trying to, everybody coming together and do this. Everybody want to go on an individual. Everybody want to do it individually when we need to do it collectively. And if somebody's already doing it, somebody's already have done it and it has worked, and they got a nation of people with them, why not join them so we can do it for ourselves?
When you say do it for ourselves, are you speaking of as far as declaring their nationality, or are you just talking about straight up documenting the genealogy?
No, it's basically declaring nationality, declaring you are autonomous, sovereign to this land.
When you say do it for ourselves, are you speaking of as far as declaring their nationality?
Wait a minute, I can't hear you. She sounds like she's echoing.
I think that may be your line. I'm not sure because I don't have the speaker on.
Okay. I can hear you now. Okay, what were you saying, sister?
I didn't say anything.
I'm talking about Sister Santasha.
Oh, no, I was just asking and getting clarity.
Wait a minute, what were you asking?
Right, no, what I was saying that you said if everybody would just do this, and I was asking, getting clarity, were you speaking of declaring nationalities? Or just
declaring our
genealogy.
Getting with this brother, the genealogy, the nationality, getting with this brother because he done went to as far as international court. And they are doing things, giving them money, school.
They should. They are people.
There's some things that they're doing.
Is this the same brother that was saying that the Constitution was suspended?
That's right. He said it was void.
That thing been gone a long time. That thing been gone.
Well, I mean void. I should say void.
I mean void. He said the Constitution was void. Yes, he did. And he said it again. He said it again tonight. And he said he tried to tell Moors that, and Moors is not paying attention to it.
They don't want to pay attention to a whole lot of people saying that don't ring the way they want to hear it.
Yeah, he said the Constitution is. He said the Constitution is void. He said our people have gone back into slavery. They put our people back into slavery in January of 2011.
They didn't put all the people into slavery required as kept. A lot of people just don't know it. The United States has been squashed for a long time. Basically, they've been operating in name only. A lot of people ain't ready to hear that. I don't argue with people because I don't know enough about law to argue and say too much, so I don't say much.
Mm-hmm.
The Continental Congress has been gone a long time, and the so-called Constitution and documents with it. You know what I mean? It just took the powers that be that I call the Trinity this long to get strategically positioned enough to come after everybody. Because a lot of the Europeans that were here forgot who they were, why they're here, and how they got here.
Well, sister, thank you so much for calling in. We do have another caller that was holding.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
you're
welcome. Peace. Have a good night.
Okay. Ashe.
Caller 860-306. Welcome to Civil Alert. Please state your name where you're calling from. Caller 860. Okay. All right, I'll go back to them. So, Yaffa, back to what we were discussing as far as, with the hidden history and how everything had transpired as far as how the albinos or the Europeans actually became identified with being the true original Americans. So, like, I know you said. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
A lot of them, they were being treated so horrendously on the. I'm sorry. Say that. Absolve me. Say that again.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. I was just letting you speak.
A lot of them were treated so horrendously on these prison colonies that they ran off to be with our people. In order to stop the loss of so many debtors to the bankers, property of the church, and subjects of the crown, they passed laws against Indianization. Well, that didn't work. So, I mean, it was so bad that a lot of the clergy, the husbands, the parents of the women and children, because initially only men were brought here and dropped here. A lot of them came with boys, because again, like I said, they're a pederastic culture by nature. Pedophiles like children. Pederasts only like boys. Okay, so a lot of these individuals. They brought only the boys. Later, when they finally started bringing women, most of them were what they call loose women, prostitutes and harlots or whores that were selling themselves to eat and have a place to put their head for the night. Those are the first batch of women that got here, along with the wives of the aristocrats, that were running stuff. But when the laws against Indianization did not work any longer. What time is this show over? Because I don't want to get off some long tangent and then don't have time to finish.
Another 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Well, forget it. I can't finish in 15 minutes.
But you can finish, what you were saying. You said a lot of the laws what? When the laws against Indianization failed to work, a lot of the individuals started creating. They decided the powers that want to be. They decided that because these laws are not stopping these Europeans from running off and acting like so-called Indians and becoming so-called Indians and hanging with so-called Indians, which today are the ones that are left call themselves African American. Those individuals decided that because so many glamour stories were being passed about being with us, living with us, and hanging out with us, that they started spreading horror stories. And they started committing horrendous acts in our name and doing things that we got blamed for. They sent knights amongst us, and we thought they were people running, and they sent the Jesuit militia amongst us, and they sent the mercenaries amongst us, and a lot of these people went out and committed rapes, robbery, scalping, torment, torture, all kind of horrendous acts, and we got blamed for it when it wasn't us, and we didn't do it. I hear a lot of paper in the background. What is that? I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. You were saying that the knights were sent amongst the people, and then they were committing a whole bunch of heinous acts and stuff, and the people thought that they were assumed that it was us because of them pretty much like dressing and cloning themselves to look like us.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of the people got on the reservation today. There was something else I was going to say that was very significant, and all the ruffling papers kind of threw me off. I can't. I was going to tie something from there to what's going on now, and it's just gone.
One thing that comes to mind is the whole idea of what's going on in the communities now, where you would have a lot of the gang violence, where in some cases there are people that are placed there to position themselves as if they are from within the community. But, it's pretty much a similar situation, like you said, with being deputized to create the havoc and the imbalance.
You have to remember a lot of our people forget key elements. One of the primary elements that we forget is the same element that we see happening today. When these Europeans go and take melanin-rich children under their wings. Like a lot of the entertainers are going into so-called Africa, bringing back so-called African children. When they're done, they will have these children that grow up looking like you, and you think they're you, and they're not you. One, they're not even American. Two, melanin-rich people didn't even raise them, okay? And